Hi everyone, this is Darcy and we are live. Happy Saturday. I'm a little early on my live today, and I'll go on into a little bit why I'm earlier, but I'm happy to be here with you guys and update you on the beauty tool challenge for the eye hoods lifting. So today I'm going to show you my 2-week results from using the ZIIP and the NIRA Laser. And this is the second week, and I'm entering the third week, and I'm going to show you the tools I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be showing the tools that I'm going to be using for week 3. And also, I have a giveaway for you guys, so hang in tight, and I'm going to go into details for the giveaway. And actually, the giveaway is related to the week 3. On week 3, for the eye hood lifting, I'm going to be using the Laduora Velve Pro, and I'm going to do a giveaway with the Laduora Velve Pro as well as the Laduora DUO. The giveaway is on my Instagram. I actually do have an Instagram. It's the same Brazilian Girl channel, so you have to go to the Instagram to enter. I have the instructions on the description box below, and it's pretty exciting because you can actually get one of these two. There'll be 2 winners, and what you need to do is go to the description box of this video, click on my Instagram, make sure you follow me on Instagram, like the post, follow Laduora as well, and keep an eye on my channel. I'll probably do also let you guys know who won. And next Friday will be selected the winner. So make sure you follow me on Instagram as well, because I do post things on Instagram, tutorials, a lot of things I'm testing. And I'm super excited to do this giveaway for you guys so you can win a two winners will win. We have an option to choose one of these tools, which are one of my favorites. The Duo, I have a full review on my channel. I'll put the description box below. It's for hair loss and is amazing. And I have full tutorial before and afters on the dedicated video. And the Velve Pro will be the microcurrent tool that I'm going to be using for week 3 of my eye hood lifting challenge, which now let me explain a little bit of the challenge. The challenge basically is every week I come and show you a tutorial on how to do eye hood lifting. And the tools that I'm using is the NIRA Laser, which is a laser that I have also a full review on it that will really help to tighten this area, and a microcurrent device which will really help to lift the muscle. So I'm using those 2 tools for this challenge to show you how you can incorporate tools together for your needs. Because guys, and I'm gonna actually incorporate a 3rd tool for week 3 on this video, and I'll get to it too. I'm gonna give some time for people to, hi Elisa, thanks for being here. If you are watching the live now, make sure you leave all your questions on the chat, and at the end, after the tutorials, I will go into the chat, then we can hang out and answer your questions. But thank you for being here, Lisa. Hang out. We have lots of great tutorials for you guys. The whole purpose of this Beauty Tool Challenge is to show you different techniques that you can use with tools that you may already have or tools that you're looking into getting, how to actually use those tools to do eye lifting. Eye hood lifting in particular is the part that I decided to start this challenge with, because it's a very small area that gives you a huge effect on your whole face. When you open your eyes, you have more eye lifting, the eyebrow, more makeup space. So that's why I chose the eye hoods to start. And I'm combining different tools to show you the different techniques. The first week I used my Lift Mini, and I have all those links on the description box below if you want to watch all the tutorials. And the week 2, which I'm going to show now my before and after for week 2, I use the ZIIP microcurrent device with the NIRA. So I'm always combining basically 2 modalities, microcurrent and laser, to show you which kind of results you can get for eye hoods lifting. In case you don't have the ZIIP, but you have the MyoLift Mini, then you can kind of see the tutorial according to the device you have, or if you want to look into a different device, it will give you a chance to see the device in action. Because there's so many different techniques, and I want to show you various tutorials so it can help anybody that's watching this video to give you ideas on how to get the best from the tools you have, or tools that you may look into getting it. So I'm going to start with the actual before and afters from week 2. And basically, guys, each week I'm going to be showing the before and afters, but you have to keep in mind that any tool takes time to work. So I feel like week 1 gave you the most, open effect. Week 2, I have some effect, but I also had a lot going on this week. I had very little sleep, and my husband actually was in the hospital a couple of times with kidney stones. He's still dealing with that. That's why I'm a little earlier on the live today, because, you know, he's better. But anyway, I don't want to get too much into it, but my son got sick again with another cold, which so far I dodged it twice. And because I'm taking my supplements again, thank God, but my husband has not been well. So again, lack of sleep, which you can kind of see. And also, you know, not sleeping well, not eating well. And so I definitely want to do that disclaimer because I do look exhausted on my before and after, because I truly am. But as the weeks progress, as I show you more tools, you can actually see the long-term effects. But week 2, I'm going to show you the photo now. I definitely look exhausted. But one thing to notice is that even though I'm exhausted, my eyes are still super puffy, which again, I'm 45 years old, and that's why I'm incorporating a third tool into this challenge, because as you get older, you start needing, sometimes combining tools and techniques to get the best results, as opposed to somebody under 20s and 30s. All you need to get your eye hoods lifting is microcurrent. If you're in your 40s and 50s, you definitely highly suggest incorporating the NIRA laser, because it deals with the thinning of the skin and will really help, which I'm going to show in the before and after and comment why, to incorporate the microcurrent and the NIRA laser to really, really address as you progress on your aging, especially with the thinning, because you start getting, as you lift your hood, you start getting extra skin here. And so far, the NIRA laser, you know, is the only one that I found that really helps with that loose skin. And for week 3, I'm incorporating a third tool, but let me show you why after I show the before and afters for week 2. So the photos you're going to see now is for week 2 using the ZIIP device and the NIRA laser, and specifically focusing on eye hood lifting. I'm not doing under eyes. I'm not doing anything else on my face. Eye hood lifting only. So let me start with the before and afters for week 2, and then we can, you know, I'll go over and comment on that. So as you can see here, this is my week 1. So in week 2, the before is on top, the after is on the bottom. So this is how I started on the top photo, and the bottom is week 2. But as I mentioned, I actually, as you can visually see, I'm more puffy and more tired on week 2. However, even though I'm more puffy and more tired, my eyebrows are definitely more lifted, and you can definitely see there's more space on my eyelids. So that is something really important to check, because normally I would be a lot worse if I wasn't doing microcurrent, if I wasn't using the NIRA laser, because I feel like my eyebrows are definitely lifted. So the ZIIP definitely really helps to give the lift. But again, lack of sleep, eating badly, I was eating a lot of pizza, a lot of salty food, and lack of sleep, definitely you can see I'm exhausted. And as I get older, I've noticed that, guys, the puffiness and the exhaustion lasts. And I'm having a serious problem with puffiness. Again, not eating that well, not drinking enough water, definitely important things to add to any anti-aging routine. But again, I've been going to emergency rooms, hospitals, so sometimes you just eat what you can. So that's why it's been a tough week. But I'm still surprised with week 2 results, because of lack of sleep and poor eating, my eyebrows are still pretty lifted. And with the ZIIP, you don't use it daily, you use it every other day. And I did skip a couple of days too, so I didn't even use as much as I wanted to, because again, it was a tough week, but that's life. And that's why I'm doing this challenge, to share with you guys, because you guys might have the same challenge when you're using your tools. Life happens. So that is the results from week 2 using the ZIIP device for the eye hood lifting only. I was only focusing on the eye hoods, and using the NIRA laser to address, as you can see, as my eyes start getting more open, the thinning skin from being 45 is going to start showing more, and that's what the ZIIP comes in to address that. But if you're a younger person, you don't have the thinning skin, just the ZIIP, just microcurrent should be enough. And I showed the techniques on the last video. All the links will be in the description box below. And each week I'll show you more tutorials, more tips, and more ideas on how to deal with this according to your age. So this week, because I've noticed, especially this year, started, you know, I'll be 46 this year, I've noticed a lot more puffiness on my eye area that does not go away, and just especially with lack of sleep. So I am actually going to add, which I did mention on my previous live video on the eye hood lifting, the Oralift. The Oralift is a device that you actually put inside your mouth, and it addresses different things than microcurrent and laser. I'm adding the Oralift for two reasons. One, when I was using the Oralift, and I do have full review of using for 4 months, and I will also show the before and afters here, but I want to mention why I'm adding the Oralift to the microcurrent, because of my age and what I'm going through right now. So that way you guys can see the effects it has. Basically, when I was using the Oralift, it was really addressing my puffiness. I was waking up not puffy at all. So I want to see if this will help me now with everything that's going on with my puffiness, because even if I'm lifted, if my eyes are really puffy, I still look tired. So I want to add this. Another reason why I'm adding the Oralift is because of the amount of stress I'm going through. I'm grinding like there's no tomorrow. Especially at night, I'm waking up with horrible headaches, which it did address when I was using the Oralift consistently. My grinding, my TMJ. And since I have not been using the Oralift since last June, which I will show the photo now, it helped so much with the pain for the grinding, and I miss it. And I've been mentioning to you guys that I wanted to combine the Oralift with microcurrent before, but I was testing another device, but I stopped testing the device now because they moved the launch, and it will be in May. So then, since I'm gonna stop testing the device for now, I figured it'd be the perfect timing to incorporate the Oralift with microcurrent with this eye hood lifting, so you guys can see how combining the Oralift, if you have the Oralift, or which kind of effects you can get with Oralift and microcurrent, okay? And I'm going to show you now my results when I used the Oralift for 4 months last year. And also want to mention that when I did use for 4 months, that was the very tumultuous times in my life that I actually was super sick, so I didn't really use it for the 4 months. I kind of used it for 3 months or less, but I still got results, and that's why I'm very excited to use it again now for you guys for 4 more months, because you use for 4 months, stop 4 months, and then use it again. But I haven't gone back to it because I'm testing other devices on my channel. I like to be very honest when I'm testing a device so you guys know the results you can expect. But now, since I'm in between testing devices and doing this challenge and having horrible TNJ and headaches and stress, I need the Oralift, so we're going to incorporate it, and you guys are going to see how Oralift and microcurrent can work together to get even better results. Because when I use the Oralift, and I'm going to show you now the before and after from the 4-month result of the Oralift. Oh no, sorry, that's the different one. Oh, sorry, I'll get into that also. This is the 4-month result with the Oralift, and what I want to mention in here is that again, is 4 months from February to June. However, honestly, it wasn't really 4 months consistently. Towards May, I kind of stopped using it, basically, because I got super sick. And in June, I'm also sick. And I ran out of my supplements. I talk about it in other videos. I don't want to go into detail, but I want to mention to you guys because that's when things start going haywire for me. I'm much better with my health, thank God. But now I'm dealing with my husband and my son, but that's life. What I wanted to mention to you guys is because I wish I used the Oralift consistently for 4 months, but even not using consistently, I still got results, and especially with my TNJ and the grinding of my teeth, the headaches, and also with the face structure. Because one thing the Oralift addresses that no other device addresses is actually bone. It actually shifts the bones back to the position they were before, which is pretty remarkable. And I have 4 videos on the Oralift. I'll leave the timestamps below because I don't want to go into too much detail about the Oralift. You can watch the tutorials and the original videos so you can understand more about it. But I wanted to show you the 4-month result to show you that the Oralift does give an eye lift as well, but it doesn't address the skin that is loose again. If you can see, my eyes are more open, but I do have the loose skin there. And that's when the NIRA Laser comes and incorporating devices. But this one, I'm only using the Oralift only. I'm not using microcurrent. So that is very, very important. It's very important to know that before and after I was using just the Oralift and not microcurrent. And now I'm going to be combining Oralift, microcurrent, and the NIRA Laser, because as I'm 45 years old, I will see how combining those devices can get different results, especially if you want to see each result separate. I do have every single product I'm going to be reviewing during this challenge. I have the full dedicated review with before and afters from using the product alone. So now is a perfect timing to combine them together and see which kind of results you can get. And I've been getting requests to do this type of videos for a long time, so now is the perfect timing. So the Oralift is very simple. but very unique device. As I mentioned, it helps to actually not change your face shape. I want to clarify that. It helps to shift back your bones where they used to be when you were younger. And if you watch my full results of the Oralift, I show my 10-year photo, how my face went back to the shape was 10 years. Because as we get older, the face starts getting wider. So none of the devices I'm reviewing before address actual bone structure. So the Oralift does, and it does really help, especially as you get older, because we lose bone mass and our face starts shifting, and that's why we start creating more jowling, and also the teeth. We start losing, teeth, and as you get much older, it addresses it changes a lot your shape and also which kind of devices you use. Because even if you use microcurrent and you find that you're not getting a lot of results, a much older person with the jowling is because you're also losing bone. So microcurrent can lift the muscle, but then you may need to add another device to deal with the other aspects. But this is mentioning somebody that's much older. If you're younger, honestly, microcurrent, highly recommend for any age, will give you results. But as you're getting older, you're not getting all the results you want, you may want to start incorporating other things. Because even if you were to get a facelift, you also will need to do other things. So as we get older, we may need to combine things, and that's why I'm doing this challenge, to show you how you can combine the things you already have, or if you're not getting the results you want, you may give you some ideas on what can you get to follow to the next step. Because I get asked that question a lot. What is the best device to get? Honestly, the best device to get is the one that you're going to use, and also that addresses your needs. Because if you're somebody younger, I definitely don't think you need radio frequency, for example. But I'll do a video all about that in the future. I just want to mention that the purpose of this challenge is to incorporate these treatments and show you which kind of results you can get combining them. But if you need to see each device results, I do have videos on each device with before and afters from using the device alone, so that way we can compare how adding other treatments made a difference. And that is a challenge for you guys and a challenge for me, and that's why I'm doing this video and sharing my results with you guys and sharing what's going on in my life, because that is life, and every week things happen. So that is where I am right now. I'm going to show again the full results from the 2 weeks so far, because I did show a smaller photo, but I forgot to show the full face too, so you guys can compare how much my eyebrows really lift up with the ZIIP, which is a microcurrent device. Really impressive how much they were up. And don't mind the puffiness, because again, that's something else, but it does help with the puffiness, but the lack of sleep really made me look a lot tired. So let me show you the full face from the 2 weeks. So this is the full face from the 2 weeks. You can definitely see the eyebrows are more lifted. Again, don't mind the lack of sleep. You can see I was not using the ZIIP on the under eye, just on the eyebrows and the eye hoods. So just want to show you the full face too, so you can see more of the full face and how much the eyebrows are so lifted. And again, here you can see that the eyebrows are lifted. I'm not treating the under eye. The ZIIP does have a setting for dark circles at under eye, but I wasn't treating that area. I was just treating the top. So definitely wanted to mention that. But for using just for 1 week, every other day, probably use it 3 times, I think, the whole week. 3 times tops. Again, using continuously any device consistently, you get better results, but for only 3 uses, definitely the eyebrows are so much more lifted. So again, I love the ZIIP, and I have a whole dedicated video on it, and also last week showed the tutorial and talked about it. So if you have the ZIIP, it's a great device for the eye area, especially if you incorporate the under eye. It will help with dark circles, but since this challenge is only for the eye hoods, I did not use that setting. Want to definitely mention that. That's why I feel like if I did, I probably look less tired, but I want to be very transparent which kind of areas I'm treating with this challenge as we keep going with it. So on this week, which is going to start week 3, I'm going to incorporate the Laduora Velve Pro, which I also have a full review on it on my channel and a full tutorial. And I want to incorporate the Laduora Pro for this week. In case you guys have this device, it has microcurrent as well, but also has a total of 5 types of treatments that you can incorporate. But it does have a very powerful a very good microcurrent for such a tiny device. So, and you can treat the eye area, which I'll show a tutorial today on how can you treat the eye area. And I will leave the full review on the description box below, so you can see a full review on this tool, and if you just log in right now, I do have a giveaway with Laduora, and it's on my Instagram. Instructions are on the description box below. Make sure you enter because you can actually win one for free. And my Instagram, I have a lot of stuff going on there, but I don't do a lot. So honestly, there's a huge chance you will win because a lot of people don't enter the giveaway because I'm not as active. I'm trying to be more active on Instagram. So make sure you follow me there because I am trying to get more active in all my socials. But honestly, if you enter the giveaway, there's a huge chance you will win because a lot of people don't enter. And it's really easy. So on the giveaway for the Laduora, you can get either a Velve Pro or the Laduora DUO, which is a treatment for your head, for your hair, helps with hair health as well as hair falling and hair loss. And I also have a full review. Make sure you watch that because it's really impressive and it helps the quality of my hair. I got a lot of comments on my hair on my channel. What are you doing? Well, it's horrible today because I haven't even washed it, so please don't mind. I don't think if I brush it. But a lot of videos, people comment on my hair, wow, your hair looks so shiny. This really helps it shine as well. If you're dealing with, dryness of hair or scalp issues, amazing. And you can get this for free on the giveaway. So make sure you enter. Is on my Instagram. Go back there, follow me there and follow the instructions. You need to like the post, comment on the post, and follow my Instagram and Laduora, and you can enter the giveaway. And honestly, a lot of people don't enter, so make sure you do because it's a huge chance you will win. Last time I had a giveaway, honestly, like 5 of my friends entered and they won, but I don't choose the winner, it's choose a random. But since so little people enter the giveaway, the people that actually entered, it was actually a long time ago, it was different devices, and they all won. And I was like, wow, people that enter actually won because not a lot of people entered. So make sure you do enter, and I will have more stuff on my Instagram. I have a lot of tutorials there too, but I'll have more stuff and more lives there too. So make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. It's a good opportunity. So let me show you just a little bit very briefly of what the Laduora Velve Pro is, all the features it has besides microcurrent, and then we're going to go into the tutorial, okay? And if you're watching this as a playback, I will always have timestamps below because lives can be very long. So I always make sure I come back and put the timestamps where the tutorials are, what the information about each product is, so that way if you don't want to watch the whole live, during the replay, you can always jump to the tutorial or jump to before and afters. That way you don't need to watch the whole video if you don't want to. So make sure if you're watching as a replay, always check the timestamps below for, so you can jump around. And also, I also have coupon codes on everything I mentioned on my channel, so you can save some money by looking at the description box. And if you use my affiliate links, also really helps support my channel. So I appreciate that. You can save some money and really help my channel as well. So I'll have all that information on the description box below. So let me show you really briefly all the other features that the Velve Pro also has besides microcurrent. So the Velve Pro has microcurrent, which is really amazing. That is, this tiny device actually packs a punch, and I'll show briefly my before and after from the video as well. Has red light therapy, which you guys know I love, which helps stimulate collagen production as well as blue light therapy, which helps with irritation, acne. It also has sonic vibrations, which is amazing for depuffing, which is going to be perfect for this week since I have been extremely puffy. It also has heat therapy, which also helps stimulate collagen and is an only 5-minute treatment. And so as I mentioned, I do have a full tutorial on it, but on this video, I'm going to show a tutorial with the Velve Pro for this week challenge, only on the eye hood lifting, which hang in there, I'm going to show you the full tutorial. And I'm going to be using the Velve Pro daily on my eye hoods for this whole week. And then next week, when I come back with the live, I will show you my before and after from using it daily for 1 week. And you guys will be able to see the results. But again, everything and all the tools I'm talking about, you have to use for a long time, long term to really see results. But each week I'm showing different tools and you guys will be able to see the progress, because the main idea of this challenge is that I'm using microcurrent, and this one does have microcurrent, but it also has other features, which is really good. This is an amazing device for travel, and we will see the before and afters from the 1 week next live. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification so you know when I'm going live next week. So now let me show you the before and after for when I use the Velve Pro for the first time, which was last year. I was also super sick. I was actually really puffy as well. So it's really impressive that with one use, this is the before and after of it, of one use of the Velve Pro. And again, on this before and after was from the review I did. You can watch the whole review for more info. But I use it on my whole face, and you can see even help with the redness, and that is due to the light, LED light therapy. But on the eyes, really help to depuff and lift. So this is really cool. It's a very amazing device. So definitely watch the tutorial and enter the giveaway, guys, for sure. Hi, keep in mind, thanks for being here. Again, please, guys, write all your questions and hellos on the chat. I love that you guys are hanging out with me. I'm glad to be here Saturday. My husband is out with my son, so I don't know how long I can be here, because when they come back, it's the weekend. But I wanted to try out during the weekend with you guys, so just see if I can hang out with more of you. But also, guys, I'm going to do a poll on my channel because I want to start doing the live on the same day at the same time. So I want to know from you guys, what is the best day to do this live so you guys can be here with me and hanging out. Right now, I'm doing as I can. And also, I need a new computer, and I'm borrowing my husband's computer because my computer is too old. Anyway, I'm digressing. I definitely want to hear from you guys what is the best day and time for lives, because I want to hang out with you guys and answer all your questions. But if you come in right now, ask all your questions on the chat, and we'll go to the chat at the end of the tutorial. So thanks for being here, Keep in Mind and Elisa. Appreciate you guys. So now, as I was saying, this is the tool I'm going to be using for this whole week, and we're entering week 3 of the eye hood challenge. And another thing I want to mention, when you want to lift your eye hoods, you definitely want to add a lot more forehead techniques as well, which I'm going to show you today, because I realized that too, since I was only doing microcurrent on the eyes, and again, gravity, and as I'm getting older, definitely the forehead, lifting this muscle really helps with the eyes as well. So I'm going to show some techniques for that as well on this week. But I'm going to start with the NIRA laser, which I have a full review on it. Is a laser and addresses the thinning skin. So I'm going to start now the tutorial part of this live. I'm going to start with the NIRA laser, then show the Laduora Velve Pro for the eye lift. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be using the Oralift from moving forward with this tutorial to help with my puffiness, my grinding, and also helps with the eye lift. Watch all the reviews. I have reviews on all these devices so you can watch and see the results from using the device alone. The purpose of this challenge is to use them together and see how they do. So now let's start with the NIRA laser for this area here. And I wash my face. I don't have anything on my face. Make sure you do it on a clean face. And by the way, guys, this week I did it on a clean face, but I had put an eye cream like the night before. And then I woke up in the morning, kind of washed my face, but I forgot to wash my eye area, and I did the NIRA, and it did hurt, and I want to mention why, because I still had some of the eye cream on my eye. So here's a tip for you guys. Make sure you use the NIRA laser on a fully cleansed face, dried. When you wash it, make sure the skin is dry and free of oils or any eye creams, because if you have eye cream on the area, you feel some sensitivity. And then when I felt it, I washed it, let it dry, did it again, felt nothing. I'm using on level 1, which I don't really feel any pain whatsoever. You can totally just stay on level 1 and still get results, but if you have a tolerance level, you can do it to level 2. But with the NIRA, I find that you don't really need to go like all the way to 5. You can just stay on the lower levels and see which kind of results you get. But I've done this before on level 1, and I think tops 2, and I had amazing results. But I wanted to mention that because it did happen this week, and I was like, why? And I remember, make sure it's very important to do it on a fully cleansed face and dry, full of oils or any eye cream. So turn it on. I'm on level 1, and I'm going to do the treatment, and I'm going to start this eye here. Always make sure you have a mirror, and as I mentioned in the other tutorials, have a flush to the skin, touching the bone. Do not touch the eyeball ever, and make it flush to the skin. So, and to start, you press this button whenever you're ready to do that. So I do 1, and I go a little up and up. I do in 3 passes, going up. As I'm getting more eyelid space, is really open up this area. So 1, you just move it a little more, now to this area. It's a really quick treatment. as you're getting closer here, make sure you can move it around to, oh, see, that noise means it did not fire. So you do it again, that means I wasn't flush to the skin, which also love about the NIRA laser is very safe. So if you are pointing the device and not touching flush to the skin, it will not fire. So now let's go to the other eye. That's all from this eye. So we'll go here. I'm sure I can show you guys there. It's really easy to do it when you have a mirror underneath. But think about as if you, okay, I misfire there. Making sure, there you go. If you have a lot of hoods, you may want to pull at the skin slightly. Because again, as I'm getting older, I've noticed that too. As the skin starts thinning, your hoods might actually start like going on top of your eyelids. And if that happens, you can just pull it out. On the first week, I had to pull it a lot. But now I don't hardly have to hold it to treat it. And that's it, guys. That's it. It's so quick. Again, I'm only treating the eye hoods, not treating the under eye. If you're treating the under eye, you go there. And a tip I have with the NIRA laser, press and hold to turn it off. Moisturize for sure. And now that's why I like doing the microcurrent after. You always do microcurrent as the last step, guys. And especially if you're doing the NIRA laser, put in the microcurrent gels or serums will really moisturize the area and follow up with an eye cream because the NIRA laser does dry up the skin a little since it's a laser. So now I'm going to use the Velve Pro for lifting the eye hoods, the eye area. And they actually sent me a new gel that they just reformulated. It's their watermelon gelato. And I didn't mention this on the original video, which is, it's actually a really good serum that you can use even with your LED lights because it actually helps to enhance the effects of LED lights. And since the Velve Pro also has LED lights, blue and red, you can actually use this with your masks. You know, if you have the silicone masks from LED lights, you can use this too and increases the results from your LED lights as well as microcurrent. But if you don't have this, you can use with serums or conductive gels. So make sure whenever you do a microcurrent that the area is very, very wet and the tool can slide. And as it starts drying out, serums or anything, you know, water-based things, you start using it because microcurrent needs water-based to get into the muscle. You can spray with water to revive it. Because I get a lot of questions on that. People saying, oh, I'm feeling microcurrent or it's not working. Conductivity, meaning you need a water-based serum or gel in order for the microcurrent to penetrate on your skin. And it has to be moist because even if you put the serum and start drying out, you will not get conductivity, you will not get results. I have a whole video talking about that with tips on how to get the best results from any microcurrent tool, but I want to insert this here because it's very important. So I will be using the serum that comes actually with the Velve Pro. On a kit, it comes with the serum, but you can use your own serums if you have. Make sure it's water-based. But I do like this gelato serum a lot because you do not have to wash it off. You can just, you know, leave it on the skin. I love leaving serums for microcurrent, leaving, you know, conductivity gels because I don't, you know, once I do my microcurrent, I don't like to wash it again. I get lazy. So I like when it's not a wash-off formula. So I'm using their gelato serum that comes with it. That also helps with LED lights penetration as well, which is really cool. Hi, it's been a week, guys. So how is you guys weeks going? You know, this year started so crazy for me. I'm definitely feeling better from my health, but now my husband is having a lot of things. And my son keeps getting colds and sick, but I'm back on my do not age. So far, guys, I dodged twice getting sick from the cold. So my immunity is definitely better, and thank God. But my son keeps getting sick. He just got back to school again this week, sniffle and sick again. And but last year, when I wasn't taking my do not age supplements, which I talk about it, I'm just mentioning it because I'm super excited that I'm not getting sick again like I was last year. But I'm still sleep deprived from taking care of my family, which is all good. So now let's do this amazing microcurrent tool, which is a combination of different I like different technologies into one, but the main idea that I'm using is for microcurrent. So you can move this tool to have in different positions. You can use it like that, and I show on the tutorial as well, but I kind of like it using like that, but it's a preference. So to turn it on, you press this main button here, and it starts with the red light, which I'm going to use the red light. So you can start from the side here, and I always start lifting all the way to my forehead. And this tool also has the sonic pulsations, so it really helps to depuff this area here and lift. But since I'm only treating the eye area, I'm starting here, but if you watch the original video, I do my whole face. And I love the T-sonic pulsations. I have other microcurrent devices that have that too, because it helps to relax the muscle, and I find that it does give you a better lift when it's combined microcurrent with T-sonic pulsations, vibrations, therapy, and the heat is very soothing as well. So I always start with just moving up and also incorporating the forehead, guys, because when you lift the forehead, you also lift your eyebrows. So you are treating the forehead and lifting your eye hoods as well. So this device is very user-friendly, so you can kind of incorporate what you need. If you have more puffiness, you can stay more on the eye. Also, you can also do this and hold for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slide here and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slide here and hold. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this feels really nice for the eye puffiness. Can almost feel like draining. So that is the movement. So I kind of alternate between those two movements, between the lifting all the way up to the eyebrow, to the hairline, and also holding for 5 seconds. And there. And you can see it's already really lifting it up. This is also great to do before makeup, guys. Oi, Iva! Que feliz você aqui. Sorry. I'm gonna go into the chat afterwards, but I just saw a friend from Brazil that I haven't seen her in so long. I was actually worried about her, but I'm glad she's here. And I'm glad all you guys are all here. Thanks for being here, guys. And I'm super excited to do these lives. I hope that I can start doing daily lives, to be honest. I need to get a new computer, because right now I'm using my husband's laptop. My computer's too old. And I need to get a new laptop so I can do the lives whenever I can, not when my husband is not using it. But I'm hoping to do that and maybe do daily lives. Let me know in the comment below if you like daily lives, because that way we can chat more and show more tutorials. And I have a lot of great things planned for this year for you guys, because I definitely want to hang out more. There's so many great friends I made here on YouTube, like Eva and everybody. To keep in mind, thanks for being here too. She's been very supportive of my lives. And everybody that's been joining. You guys are amazing. And so see, it's already drying up. So I sometimes, when I'm doing it, I just do as it dried up and I stop. Or you can always add, and I'll show you how to do it. You just add, it can be water. I'm using this actual microcurrent gel from 70E, which is really good too. See how you revive it, so that way you don't have to apply more serum. That way you save on the serum as well. And now you're back to having that slip and also having conductivity. And the treatment turns it off after 5 minutes. It stops by itself. So you can I'm not timing since I'm doing the live, but I'll probably do when I'm doing the week. I'll do 5 minutes for both eyes, but you can even do 5 minutes for your whole face if you like. But when I do the whole face, I actually do 10 minutes. I do 5 minutes on one side of my face, including the, the neck and everything. And I do 5 minutes on the other side. So I actually do 10 minutes. But again, depending on your age or needs, you can do 5 minutes. I like doing 5 minutes too of the whole face right before makeup. But since I'm talking and showing some techniques, I might end up doing, more than 5 minutes. But during the week, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do 5 minutes for the eye area, whole face. But now I did 5 minutes just on the eye, which you can as well. And you can see it definitely shows a difference. You can already see the lift and also helps with depuffing. And I find, I'm holding this, okay? And I also find that the depuffing helps even better after. Like you get more depuff and more awake as the day progresses once you do this, because I guess it kind of start draining all the fluids, and as you drink water also helps, but it does work amazing. So since I had already the serum here, I'm also just going to spritz with, this is the Replenish Hydrating Conductivity Gel from 7E Wellness. It's a really good spritz to use with microcurrent because it has also amazing ingredients, but you can literally just use water. I wouldn't use tap water, guys, just because, don't spray in your eye, just spray on the forehead and you can kind of like spread. But you can literally use water. I would not use tap water because with microcurrent, you are infusing anything that you're putting on the skin deeper. So tap water has a lot of other stuff. So for sure, if you are using a spritz to revive the microcurrent, use smart water or mineral water. That way you're not, adding anything extra to your skin that you don't want to add. And this one is also great for the 11s. So you can, again, incorporate the forehead. I like starting to just move it up. And I end up doing 5 minutes on each side, but you don't need to do that long. You can just do 5 minutes for this whole side of your face. But since I'm talking and giving you tips and ideas, it's going by like that. It went by a lot longer. But you do not need to do that long. For the whole week, for I'm doing the testing, I'm going to be doing only 5 minutes for both eyes. But when I used this before, I actually used it for a wedding that I went, travel. It's great to travel. I did like 5 minutes right before my makeup. I didn't do 10 minutes. And it's just enough to kind of really wake up your face and smooth out the wrinkles, relax, because of the T-sonic pulsation, the vibration therapy really helps to relax the muscle so you can get an extra lift and the makeup apply like a dream after. I love doing this movement, just kind of going up, because again, you need to move into your forehead as well. Lifting the forehead, it really helps with this eye area. And then you can go side like that as you're doing mascara and hold for 5 seconds. This one will give you the more lift because you are training the muscle to stay in that position. And with microcurrent, guys, you are gonna get those instant results, but long-term results are the ones, that stay the longest. Like you get the instant result, but it may not last all day. Sometimes it lasts a few hours. Some devices last all the way to the next day, like with the ZIIP, definitely lasted. But you will start seeing more long-term effects once you start using for 30 days, a month, 2 months. Really, 3 months is what I ask people to kind of wait. Because a lot of times people use the device, I'm not getting the results I want. Give it some time, guys. Everything takes time, and tools, face tools take time to use, but they're worth it because I find that is also part of self-care. And you may get slower results with face tools. Like it takes a little longer, really 3 months to really see collagen production and training your muscles. And then when you reach the results you want, you don't have to use it daily anymore. You can just use less often just to keep up the results. But if you think about it, nothing is permanent. If you stop using it, you're going to lose your results. But nothing is permanent. Botox is not permanent. I don't have any Botox or fillers, but even if you do have Botox and fillers, you have to keep doing it. So think about that and give tools a chance. You know, give it a tool a chance to work before saying it doesn't work. They do work, but you do have to put the work. So it is, you know, a preference, and I like it. I think the results are more, to me, I like the results better from face tools. I find that I like the way my face looks and with tools. And I have phases that I'm doing so good, I'm using everything correctly, and I look the best, and then I stop everything. And I'm sure you guys have that. It's life, you know? So that's why I always say find a tool that you will use it and stick with it. You know, sometimes you don't need to have everything at the same time. But now that I already have reviewed these tools, I'm doing these challenges to show you how, you know, if you have multiple tools, how you can incorporate them together and see which kind of results you can get. So now that it's drying, again, since I did 5 minutes on this side, I'm gonna probably do 5 minutes on this. You can put more. Don't spray into your eyes, because then you get, I have done that before. It hurts, you know, because spray anything in your eyes. So spray to the forehead and just spread. And this is so relaxing. It's kind of like a hot stone massage. It's nice warmth. And I'm focusing a lot on my forehead, guys, because as I mentioned before, I've noticed that as I'm getting older, you definitely have to incorporate the forehead if you want an eye lift. Because that muscle really is, you know, if your eyes are lifted but the forehead muscle is down, then it will weight your eye area. So that is it. I did 5 minutes on this side and 5 minutes on the other side. And that is the results. But again, cumulative results will happen as you continue using the devices, and you will get those results. But definitely helps, like, to look more awake. Is amazing before makeup. I love this device for like travel. If you are a person that have a microcurrent device you love, I still recommend this because it's amazing. You just put it on your purse, fits right on the makeup bag, and it is the current's 450, I think. I have to check out, watch the full review. It's either 350 or 450. I can't remember right now, sorry. I do review a lot of devices, but it is a pretty strong for this type of device. But again, there's more different types of microcurrent with different waveforms that I talk about on my channel. So you get different results. Even though it's a microcurrent device, you get different results. I'm just kind of spreading to show you that you don't have to wash it off. And I love this serum too. It's not sticky. It just kind of dries out and just makes your skin just smooth because it has hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and a lot of great ingredients. I should have brought some water. Do I have any water here? Nope. I always forget to get water, guys. Anyway, so I'm losing a little bit of from talking. My skin's so dry. My throat is dry now. But yes, so it definitely opened up the eyes, and it just, again, I only use it on this area here, not underneath. But if you have dark circles, also amazing for underneath, especially the blue light and the red light to revive this area. And this one uses microcurrent and other techniques, but for the purpose of this challenge, the microcurrent is the most thing that you're going to see as you're combining these tools together. So this is what I'm going to be doing this week. I'm going to be using the NIRA Laser as I showed, followed by the Laduora Velve Pro, and probably 5 minutes on both eyes, and show you the before and afters for this week, which we're starting week 3. And I will incorporate the Oralift. The way I'm going to incorporate the Oralift is I'm starting out, so probably going to do 5 minutes every other day. And what I mean by every other day, so today is Saturday, so I count Saturday, and I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm going to do it again. So you always count 3 days and do another 3rd day from where you started. And I'll put the link on the description box below of the calendar, because I know people get confused, like what is the 3rd day means I started today, then you count 3 days and do it on the 3rd day. So hopefully this, you know, is easy for you to understand. You don't have to use it daily with the Oralift. You put it on your mouth, and I'll show you briefly because I won't be able to talk. And you do this O face, kind of, and relax. And I have a whole video on the Oralift so you guys can understand how to use it and what it does. But the reason I'm incorporating this is to help with my puffiness and my TMJ because it's been back with all the stress I've been going through like crazy, and I love that this really helped with that and help with the TMJ pain and the teeth grinding. Since it's been a long time, obviously it's back, and also helps with my face lift in general. But I love incorporating, I really wanted to show how I incorporate this with microcurrent, because when I originally reviewed the Oralift, I just did the Oralift by itself, and you can see the photos there. But now I'm going to do the Oralift incorporating with microcurrent, so that way if you have the Oralift, you know which kind of results you can get by incorporating these devices. So to use is pretty easy. You just put it on your mouth, and I'll show you right now. Last thing about the Oralift, I'm also going to do a fitting video because I'm getting a lot of requests. So if you want to watch me do a fitting of it, it's super easy because the Oralift comes as a block, sort of like a mouth guard. If you have done those that you buy in the pharmacy, you boil some water, put it inside, and then you put it on your mouth to shape it. It's pretty easy, but if you are intimidated by doing it, I would definitely do a video showing it soon as well on my channel. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. But they also offer help as well. Oralift is a very good company, so if you have trouble or you're concerned, you can reach out to them and they will do a Zoom with you as well for free. They do have like a service that you can get a 101 for like a year, but for the fitting, you don't have to get that 1 year service. You can actually reach out to them and ask, and they can schedule. They're very nice people. It's actually a family business. It was created by a doctor. And I really love this device. It's really unique for that reason, because it helps not just with anti-aging, but also with the teeth grinding that I'm really dealing with badly now from all the stress. So I'm going to put it in my mouth really quick, but I'm not going to put it on the whole 5 minutes because otherwise I can't speak. And then I'm going to go into the chat. So if you have any questions, let's comment below and we're going to hang out in the chat a little bit as well. So to put the Oralift on your mouth, you do every third day. After you do the fitting, you put it on your mouth on the bottom teeth, and then you do this O face, and you just kind of try to relax. And you can watch TV, be in the computer, but it's good in the first time when you're using it to look in the mirror, because you don't want to be squinting or do any weird things with your face, which sometimes you might when you start. And that as you learn to relax, you will notice that you will be just naturally relaxed, and you can actually stay with it. They recommend when you start slow, like 5 minutes, twice a day, every third day. But as you progress, you can actually start using it for an hour, twice a day, every third day. I never actually got to 1 hour. With the results you saw, my before and afters are the most I had, it was 15 minutes, because again, I have very, very strong TMJ. And yeah, but I probably could progress more. This time I'm going to see how long I can use it, stay with it, but less is more of this device. You don't want to overuse it also. So make sure you watch the video. I talk about all the tips. But I'm going to start with 5 minutes twice a day, every third day, and I'll update you guys next week how it's going with my other symptoms, which mainly I'm concerned with my grinding, but also excited to see how which kind of effects I can get incorporating with these other devices. So let me get to it really quick. Sorry, I'm blabbing a lot today. And then I'm going to go into the chat. So let me go and put it here. A couple of things I want to mention, because I did get those questions, so I want to answer them too, is when you first start using it, you need to not, the whole purpose is to not touch the top teeth to this yoga block here. So it might be a little challenging in the beginning, and the app has something that you can press, so you can, is a touch test that will tell you, in the beginning you may touch it. It's okay, it's normal. As your time progresses, you will not be touching it. Like I'm not touching it anymore because I'm used to it, but in the beginning you might touch it. It's okay. But it's something I want to mention. Another thing I want to mention is you saw that there was a couple, pucker lip marks here. When I was doing it, is not going to cause wrinkles there. Definitely want to mention to you guys, because I had the same question. I asked them at the time. And I've noticed as I start using it, this actually stopped. It got more, the actual pucker things that you see as I'm using, as I'm starting, as the muscles start relaxing, they go away. It actually helps with lip lines as well, and the jowling. So it's a question I got a lot, like people were concerned they were going to get more wrinkles there. Don't worry, your muscle is actually going to start adapting, and it actually helps with the fine lines around your mouth as well. But I want to mention that because in the beginning, as you're using it, if you start using the Oralift, you may see those. Just try your best to relax, do the O face kind of like that, and this will smooth that out and will not cause you wrinkles. And I did use it for the long term. I did not have any newer wrinkles here. Quite the opposite. It did help to smooth out, and I actually got more plump lips too. So watch the original video. I love this device, very unique, and I'm excited to report to you guys how it works incorporating them together. So now let me go to the chat before my husband gets home, because oh yeah, and the Oralift has two sizes. Has the 5mm and the 3mm. You always start with the 3mm, and honestly, I didn't even go to the 5. I went to the 5 briefly before I stopped using it, and I still got results. So more is not better with this device, is to use as intended, because it was done by a doctor, so there's many studies. I'm going to try to see if I can find some articles, and I'll put in the description box below too. It's been around for a long time, so it does work, and is like a medical device. So follow the instructions. Don't try to overuse it, thinking you're going to get quicker results. It will give you a headache if you overuse it. Just straight out tell you, you do not want to overuse it. But if you use it consistently as intended, you will get amazing results. And I didn't even use it as often as I should have last time I tested, and I got great results. I'm excited to really, really put it to the test this time and then go from there. So now I'm going to the chat, guys. So I'm going to go and start with the chat. And the program I use is Ecamm. They just updated, so hopefully everything works out. If there's any sort of technical difficulties, I'm sorry, because I'm still trying to learn this program as well. So I'm going to start from the top. Alisa said, let me see. Oh, my husband, I think my husband is arriving. So if you guys start hearing, hi, Alisa. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everybody that is joining in today on the chat. My husband is just arriving, so if you hear my son talking or my husband talking, I apologize. And if you're watching this on the replay, thank you for being here. Love you guys so much. Make sure to always check the description box below for any info I talk about on this video. Videos I mention, everything is there. I'm just mentioning in case you guys have to go, But I will continue on the chat now. So now, yeah. So keep in mind is here again. Thank you so much for being here. I'm also so happy you're here in my live. And keep in mind said, OMG, I need this. Purchase new face fix, and it lasted only 1 year, not using every day. Also have new face Trinity, but won't be repurchasing. Guys, I don't like to badmouth brands, and I honestly have been using microcurrent for a very long time. I actually had the new face when it first came out, when it was the 9-volt battery. And then I been using new face. I did, not using currently, and I'll mention why. It was amazing. It worked for me, even with the 9-volt battery. And then they created Trinity. I bought it, used it, worked amazing. And then I bought one for my mom and my dad. I mean, this is like many, many years, because, I use microcurrent on and off on even from my 20s. And, but not as consistent as if you are older, you have to use more consistently. But at the time, I remember, just as a quick story, I went with my friend that used to do Botox a lot. With her to her, I was already like almost 40 at the time. I can't remember exactly, but I was older. My friends were doing Botox. I didn't want to do it, but I went with her and I asked the doctor, should I do it? And he said, no, you don't need it. And I was using new face at the time, but it was an older new face. It was the Trinity when it first came out, but it does work. However, and I use a huge however, and that's why I don't talk about new face on my channel, is I gifted one for my mom and dad, and both their devices broke very quickly, and I sent them to Brazil, and it was very upsetting because I couldn't exchange it. And then my mom came to visit. I exchanged her device. She went back to Brazil, and it broke again. So that really, my device still works. I have one of the first new face Trinity, so I have a horrible feeling that they might have gone down in quality. So I did get results in the face when it first came out. And again, I've been using new faces, the 9-volt battery, long time. And my new face Trinity still works. It was the first one that came out. But my mom's broke twice. My dad one broke and couldn't replace it. That's why I don't recommend, because I get that on the comment a lot, that people get it, they get results, great, but it breaks. And I also got the new face fix, and it cracked like within like less than a month. I will talk about ranking on my microcurrent device. I still need to do that video for you guys, and I will show you. It cracked on the tip, and I didn't drop it. I just used it briefly. I didn't like that one as much, honestly. If you're looking into something for that area, I highly recommend the Even Skin Venus. Works even much better than the new face fix, and it's similar price points. If you want to put a video on the new face Venus, because Even though it's not microcurrent, it has the T-sonic pulsation and the warmth, and it works amazing too. I might even incorporate into this in this challenge as well, because it does help with the eye hoods, but it's a different technology than microcurrent. However, it's way better than the new face fix. I found the new face fix with me broke fast, cracked, and I didn't really see that many results. Like I rather use the Laduora DUO, also very, very affordable, guys, than the new face fix. So I don't want to badmouth the brand because it did work for me, but it makes me upset that I get that from comments all the time that their devices break quickly. And with me, I bought for my mom and my dad, and it broke. And then my mom exchanged it, and it broke again. They're very good about exchanging, by the way. They are. I have to give them that. But I'd rather have a device that is long-lasting than something that breaks, especially for the price point. So this one, definitely recommend, or the Venus if you are looking into that price point for replace the new face fix. Sorry, I took a little long to answer that, but I want to mention that, and I will definitely talk more about the new face on the ranking my microcurrent devices, because it did work for me, but I don't like for two reasons. One, the quality has decreased throughout the years from when I first started using it, and two, the results, it uses actually galvanic microcurrent, which I'll probably do a video in the future as well, talking about all the types of microcurrent, because not all microcurrents are similar. I mentioned briefly when I talk about the ZIIP, because the ZIIP uses different waveforms and different types of microcurrent, which is an amazing device too. A new face uses galvanic current, which does give you a lift, but I find that you lose the results a lot quicker. When I was using it in the face, I was using for a long time, had an amazing lift, and then I stopped using when I got pregnant. In 2 weeks, my results were gone. I was so upset, and I mentioned in multiple videos that too, because when you use a device for that long, you want the results to last longer. And with the Bear, I used it for a while, and then when I stopped for 2 months, I still had my results. And I will talk about the Bear too on this challenge. It's one of my favorite microcurrents too. But each microcurrent has different waveforms, different type of currents, so they work differently. But most important thing to know about microcurrents, find one you like, fits your budget, fits your schedule, and use it. You'll get results. But if you are somebody that want to go to the next level, I may do a video for you guys talking about all the nuances and differences in waveform, different currents, because there's a lot of different information. But if you are getting results with the device you want, don't even worry about it. Just keep using it. But if you want to get to the next level, I can do a video if you guys. Make sure to comment below. I'm very, like, anything I do in my life, I like to research a lot. And I love geeking out on microcurrent because it's one of my favorite modalities. So if you guys want a video about that, make sure to comment below. I will do it. So let me see. So sorry it took a while to answer, but it's important. I love your questions. Keep in mind, you're very, very good. Thank you for your questions. So keep in mind, said, so true. I had not thought of my forehead for eye lift. Yes, the forehead. I don't know if I have the photo here. I didn't have the photo here, but I showed in my last video the muscle graph on your face. When you do a microcurrent, it's really important to Google muscle structure, because whatever the muscle structure is affects your lift. So if you look at the graph, let's see if I have it here. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Is it this one? Nope. Sorry, my room is a little messy, but you can see in my past videos, I like putting the graph there because it's good to get that visual. So with the forehead, the muscle go like that, and the eye muscle is a round muscle. So it's good when you lift this muscle, it helps to lift this. And another thing that is really good to also work on, which I'll talk about in future videos, is that your forehead muscle actually goes all the way to the back. It's not just here. So if you want to incorporate head massages, or there's a really good tool, the Anma, which I have a very good friend of mine on YouTube. She has great reviews on it, great tutorials on fascia, and is Jen from Aloha Jen beauty blog. I'll put her video on that on the description box below. She has great tutorials on it. I actually learned about it from her, and she's an esthetician, and I've learned from her, and also Jen Mann. She actually invented the Anma. Anyway, there's so many tools in the market, guys, but again, it is something that really can help your results in microcurrent by working on the fascia, which is not the muscle, but is like a skin that stays within the muscle. Anyway, I'm not going to go into too much detail of that. If you want more info, check out Jen's video, and I'll put that in the description box below. She does really good information about that. I don't use it as often as I should, but I find that it really helps with my forehead when I'm doing that too. So when you're doing the fascia massage and you want to get a better lift for your forehead and also eyes, you use this tool, or you do a head massage, because the forehead muscle actually goes all the way in your head, which is really interesting. So that's why knowing your microcurrent muscles really helped you get even better results. So that is important too. So I love researching that, and I learned all that from a course I did with 70 Wellness. They have a MyoLift Mini certification. I got certified on it. I learned all that there. I was like, amazing. I love it, guys. So that's why I like sharing with you guys that. But I'll probably have more videos talking about that. If you want, make sure to comment below. But I'll put Jen's video if you're interested on the AMA tool. She has a great tutorial on it. You can use on your body. It's really, really cool. But yes, if you are looking into lifting your forehead muscles and your eye lifts for the hoods, definitely do not forget your forehead. And I kind of have been forgetting. So that's why I want to incorporate it more, because you have to think about where the muscle is in connection to get that better lift. So that is a really good question. Thank you. Keep in mind. So let me see here. Eva is my great friend from Brazil. Thank you so much for being here, Eva. Happy New Year. I haven't heard from you in a while, so I'm so happy you're here, and Happy New Year. So keep in mind, has another question. Yes, it's been such a long week. Self-love, very important, and that's why I love skin tools, because even if you take 5 minutes for yourself, it makes a whole world of difference, you know. And high frequency is what matters. Hi, everyone. She's a new subscriber. Say hi to her or him. Thank you for being here. And welcome to my channel, to our community. If you have any questions, always, you know, we're such a great community, and I love to answer any of your questions too. And High Frequency said, this is the info I was looking for. So glad to help you. I love to give great info on my channel, great tutorials. So always make sure to come back and ask your questions. And I have tons of video with tons of tutorial info on my channel. But if you have any questions, ask me, and I'll guide you to the video if you want even any more information that I haven't given. And Forever Life is Great. I love that name. The handle is great. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for being here. And I'm so happy this info was good for you. Was good info for you. Splotches? Hi, Darcy. I was looking to get in the Oralift for lip line. So glad you're testing it out for us. Love your accent. Thank you so much. Yes, I have tested the Oralift before. And it does work, because it helps, again, to relax this whole area. The Oralift, again, is a very unique tool, because it doesn't work just with the muscle. It works with your skin, the muscle, and the bones, which no other device addresses. So I think it's a perfect device to incorporate with microcurrent, because, as I mentioned before, a lot of devices, if you use microcurrent, you are lifting the muscle. But if your bone is, or even, you know, as we get older, we lose bone mass and also fat pads. So if you're losing fat pads and bones, and then your face is really, you know, droopy, you may have to incorporate more things like radiofrequency and microcurrent, but also highly suggests using the Oralift to see if that does it for you. Because since it actually helps to, doesn't change your bone, it doesn't add your bone, just want to clarify that, but it shifts it to a position that was before, and it helps also with face symmetry. So when it's shifting the bone to where it was before, your face start getting that V shape, but it doesn't change your face shape. I want to make sure you understand that, because a lot of people get confused, like, oh, I don't want my face to get long. It won't make your face long. It would just go back to what it was, because it creates the space in here, and it's called freeway space, and that makes everything shifts up to what it was. So it doesn't change your bone structure. It doesn't do anything crazy. It just goes back to what it was. So, and I definitely can attest to that, because on the video I have for my 4-month results, I show a 10-year photo and how my face was a lot more, you know, V-shaped. As I get older, especially as I stop everything, my face start getting wider. And that is just part of aging, because our muscles start, you know, the muscle, but also the bone. And I've also noticed that when I had my wisdom tooth removed, also got some more sagging here. So It all affects aging, and that's why I don't find there's one device that fixes it all, unfortunately, but it is according to your needs. But definitely start with one first, and then you can incorporate other if you find that you need, because sometimes you don't need everything. Each person has a different need, and that's why when people ask me, what is the best device ever? I can't tell you because I don't know your needs, but I know as I'm getting older, I am in more needs, and that's why I'm sharing with you guys what I'm incorporating, how they go together. That way you guys can learn and see from my results if this is what you need, you know. But I definitely find the Oralift is very unique for that reason, because it's the only one that will actually shift the bones back, and that helps to lift everything up and helps so much with my TMJ. It's amazing. It really is amazing. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I'm going to go back because I want to talk. I'm having so many. I love you guys being in the chat with me today. I want to definitely talk with everybody. So hang out there and let me see. So thank you so much for all your questions. Then see, Oralift. Thank you. Sugar-free. Hi, everyone. I'm new too. I'm from Aloha Jen Beauty blog. Hi, nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. I love Aloha Jen. I just talked about her briefly. She's an esthetician. She's a great friend. Oh my God, she's amazing. I love her to death. I call her my soul sister because we're very similar in taste, and she does makeup too. Like, she's very good taste. And also, I love her tutorials on fascia. And I've used her tutorials for fascia. I've never heard from before as much because it's something that, you know, not many people talk about it, and I still need to get better on doing that. But I find that even the little I do, it helps. But again, I review a lot of things, so I can't do everything at the same time. But I love her tutorial on fascia, and I'll put that in the description box below if you want to get more info on it. She's amazing. I love her channel so much. So thanks for being here, Sugar Free. I love Jen too. She's amazing. So let me see. Forever Life is Great. I love saying your handle because it's my motto for this year. Life needs to be, you know, great, because it's been a tough few years, I imagine, for everybody. So I'm still trying to get back on my feet and get back on things. So Forever Life is Great feels like a great motto. So thank you so much. Love to have you here too. Yes, high frequency is what matters. The Oralift, I highly recommend. And it's a device that's being more talked about it now, but it's been around for like over 20 years. It's not new, but it was created by a dentist. It's in a family business too, so it's not like a huge corporation, and they're very, very great people. Like, whenever I talk to them, they give you so much info. They have a course on it too, and when you get the device, you have an option if you're an esthetician, or if you are an affiliate with them, to take the course to get more info. And I love all the science behind it and also the uniqueness of it. And it was created by a dentist, Dr. Mohindra, to actually help people that had face pain. And then he noticed that they were getting younger, and noticed all the research that came through from it, from the bone shifting, from the face symmetry. And it's amazing. I feel like as you get older, it's almost a must device because we're all losing bone. If you're younger, you know, depending, you may not see as much difference. And that's another thing too. Some people may see more of a subtle difference and others see more. But I definitely feel like in person, when I was using it, people always told me like, oh my God, your skin looks great, or you look so beautiful today. My husband just told me that a lot. And did you put makeup on? No, because it does help your skin too. So, but it may not translate so much on the photos I have on my before and afters, but I felt like I looked really good with the Oralift, and I was using it by itself. But I'm excited to incorporate it with microcurrent. So if you're somebody older, definitely something to look into it. Or if you're younger, you know, might be something to look into it too for prevention as well. They have lots of before and afters on their website, and they're very honest. Like, of a lot of research. Is not a gimmicky. It's a medical device really created by a dentist, and I've been wanting to get back on it forever, but since I test different devices, I always stop. But now that I'm in between devices and I want to do this challenge for guys, I need it, so I'm back on it now. I just started today. Sugar-free. Oralift is so expensive. Okay, let me put it here. Oralift is so expensive, unfortunately. For a piece of plastic thing, they charge so much. I understand. Yeah, I actually, for a while, I didn't, you know, I was looking into it, but I didn't because, you know, my finances and everything. I do have a coupon code if you want to test it out. But because it's a medical device and they do offer a lot of support, I I find that it's within the price range of tools, to be honest. But yes, it can be a little pricey, and I'm glad they gave me a coupon code, and I, can give you some discount if you like to try it. But it is a medical device, and it is within the price range of that. But it does work, so definitely want to give you that. And it is like a medical material, so it's not like the same material that you buy from like CVS for the mouth guard. It is different. So it is a special type of material, but I understand it does look like just a piece of plastic. But they do give you a lot of support. There's an app. So watch the videos. If something that works for you, I don't think anybody would need it, but if something that you want to try to, somebody wants to try to, if they have other needs, especially me with my TMJ, it is a medical device. So I find that for me, it's totally worth it. And it saved me a lot of money on dentist because I was grinding my teeth so much that my teeth is cracking. You guys cannot see, but I have cracks like that go here and here, which God knows if it's going to actually completely go away and I might need implants down the line. I don't know. I got so scared. Both my front teeth have cracks that go from the top to the bottom because of extreme grinding. And I try mouth guards. I try different things. Nothing worked. So for me, it's worth it because it's saving me on dentist bills down the line for my teeth not completely getting destroyed, and it does work. But I understand, of course, again, I mentioned tools has to be with your price range, what works for you, and there's so many different tools in the market. So if it is something out of your price range, again, there are different tools you can try. You might get the results you want without having to get everything. And I always tell that on my channel, you don't need everything. Try one thing. If that gives you the results you need, you don't need anything else. And then as you get older, if you find that, I might need something else, then you may look into something else. You don't need to buy everything on the market because otherwise you're not going to have time to use it. So that is important. So this one is very affordable. And I also have a coupon code. And it does give lift. It's amazing too. But the Oralift is on a different level. But it is, of course, a 200 plus device. But I do have a coupon code if anybody's interested. For me, I find it worth it. But it goes with your needs. If you don't need it, definitely, if it's not within your budget, I definitely tell people, don't get anything that's out of your budget or, something that you don't need. Start with one tool first, use it, and then go from there. But thanks for your comment. I definitely, agree. Last year, I went through a lot of financial things and I would not have the money to invest. They did send to me for free, but I was looking to purchase it for the longest time. But there was something that I kind of held back to. So I can totally relate to what you're saying, but I'm glad that it works. And I'm a very honest channel. I would never suggest something that I haven't tried and works, but again, it does have a higher price point for what it seems to be, but it does work. So that's just my true honest opinion. High Frequency said, yes, my face is getting wider, turning 50. I'm 45, I'll be 46, so I totally get that. I'll need all your tips. Can't wait to check out your videos. Yes, please watch. My channel has a lot of videos, and as I mentioned, you do not need everything that is out there. Start with one thing and go from there. I've noticed that too, like my face is getting wider as our bones is kind of, losing and everything's going down. I'll be 46 this year. Definitely feel like from 45 to this year, like, as again, I'm also perimenopause, which I will talk more on my channel because we do lose a lot more collagen as we get closer to menopause. And as we reach menopause, we lose 30% of collagen, like boom. So that's why, when my mom reached 60, I think, that's when she really felt the aging effect. So again, everybody's at different stages, but I think she got menopause at 60, my mom. I may get sooner, TMI a little bit. I did get my, I don't know if I should mention that on YouTube, but maybe I should not talk about it on YouTube, but I have a feeling I'll get menopause sooner. Then later, I'm already having effects right now. Don't want to get too much in this video. I choked on it, but it's something I want to mention more because nobody talks about it, and I'm researching about it too. But yeah, so definitely tools and being healthy is good as we're getting older, and we're noticing more things that, as I mentioned, if you're in your 20s, all you need is microcurrent. Don't even worry about anything else. But as you get older, try one thing and may add more things as it comes, as you need it, as needed. I am not wearing my glasses. That's another thing I've noticed too. I need more glasses, but it's not here. So I hope I'm saying your name right. Is Spouches. Sorry. Thanks for the Oralift info. I definitely want one now. Definitely check out. I have a lot of videos on it. I have a whole timeline on it, and I'm going to be using it again. So I'll be talking more about it. and do the fitting video, which is being requested a lot because people get scared, like because of the price, as they're like, I don't want to ruin by doing the fitting. It's pretty easy. And even if you messed up on the first time, you can actually refit it. And I'll talk about on the fitting video as well, but I get that question quite a lot. And I will definitely go into more details on it. And high frequency, she said, yes, me too, I need an Oralift. Yeah, I need an Oralift, and that's what I realized this morning. I actually decided this morning I'm getting back on it because I'm, you know, my headache, not sleeping, puffiness, I'm like, I need it. And I just found out that this device that I was testing, they're going to be releasing in May. So they said, don't need to try it for now because I like to use one device at a time. So I'm like, great, I'm back on the Oralift right now. High frequency asks, why do you recommend for double chin? I actually have a whole video on it. I have 2 videos on it, but it depends. I'm actually going to do a whole live on it because I want to show all the tools and I want to actually show on the tutorial on the live. So make sure you selected the notification because I want to do a live on that. Maybe next week. I'll see how it goes. But I don't have the tools with me now, but I would definitely have a live talking about all the tools that I've done for my double chin. Because double chin is a 2-way problem. One, it could be fat related, which I did gain some weight, so fat, but also could be related to aging. So it could be loose skin, which I also have. You know, as you get older, as I was younger, it was just fat. But then, maybe I don't want to get too much into it, but I definitely want to mention that because I get asked a question a lot. There's a device I found on eBay for like $25. But I have a whole video on it. I'll put those videos on the description box below, but I want to definitely caution you guys because it uses something called ultrasonic fat cavitation, which a lot of people think is not good to use on your face. So do not use on your face. I only use it for the double chin, and that's why I want to do a whole video on it to caution people and go into more details on it. That device only takes out the fat. So if your problem is not fat, do not use that device. And I mentioned that on the device video as well, because if your problem is not fat, you're still going to have the double chin. And if you're an older person and you only use the device, you're going to have some loose skin, which happened to me. I used the device a long time ago when I was younger, and the double chin is gone in 8 days because it's related to fat. No joke, on that video I actually show the dates on the phone. In 8 days my double chin was gone. Granted, it was not like huge, but it did. It's for the fat on your face, it's smaller area, it goes by like boom. Ultrasonic fat cavitation. But be careful with the device you get. The device I talk about in the video is a home use device, is not super strong. So it will not like burn your brain. I didn't want to get too much on this video, but I get a lot of comments on the video, and I caution. There's other ultrasonic fat cavitation devices from like, you know, China that are super strong that you can buy, but do not use that on your face because that actually can cause some problems and brain damage. I don't want to go into that so much, but I definitely caution which ultrasonic device you can use for fat cavitation, because the one I use is pretty not strong, but there are very, very powerful ones that I would never recommend to use in your face because there are a lot of devices specifically for the body. So always be careful on research devices before you use it. But the one I mentioned in the video, I've used it multiple times. I don't use it consistently. I use it as needed. So when I do it, like I have a lot of fat, I use it, the fat is gone. But as I got older, and that's why I have 2 videos about it. As I got older, I realized my problem is not just fat anymore. It's also loose skin. Because again, collagen is going bye-bye. So if I just use the ultrasonic fat cavitation, I'm left with like a gobble. So that gobble and also the loss of definition of the jawline, that device would not work, only for fat. So for that, EMS, I have a device from Medicube that I reviewed last year, and I have my before and afters, which are amazing. I need to get back on it, which I'm not going to do as a challenge because I already showed my results, but I want to do as a dedicated video showing the ultrasonic fat cavitation and talking more about it because I got so many questions on that video, and definitely telling people to be careful with it because it's not all ultrasonic fat cavitation that you can use on the double chin. A lot of them are for the body, so definitely want to mention that in this video. But I will have a video talking more about it because I answer a lot of questions on the comments and I put it in the description. Beware, but I want to do a video so people can be very, very clear about that. And also to mention, if your problem is not fat but aging, then that device will not do anything. Then you need EMS. And the best one I found The Even Skin has the Lumo. That one works too. But the Medicube EMS shot device, and is the one that I'll put the description box. That one is amazing. I actually was using consistently. I stopped using it since last year. When I did that video, I, again, started testing out the device and I stopped that. And unfortunately, again, I'm back. But that one also helped with my double chin, because that one doesn't really take the fat out. It helps, again, double chin related to aging, and that definitely lift. I use the device. EMS is a very strong type of microcurrent, and I have a whole video on it as well. Is a very strong type of microcurrent. That device in particular, I like for the jawline only. I can use for the chin, but I don't like it for the eye area. I find it too strong. So for that one, microcurrent. But for the lower part of your face, bigger muscle areas, and even your body, the EMS shot device from Medicube, you can use on your body as well. I haven't, because again, who has the time? I will get to my body eventually, but let me work on my face first. But this year I want to start my body. I did stop using it for a long time. And again, as you stop, you kind of lose your results. Now I felt like my definition for my jaw is not as good as it was. If you watch the video, oh my God. Actually, even when I was skinny, sorry, I'm kind of going on and on, but this is important information, guys. Even when I was skinny, and I'm a little over my weight, you know, it's harder as you get older to lose weight. And I gain quick, especially with all the pizza I've been eating. Oh my God, you know, I mean, I've been eating horribly right now. But anyway, so definitely as I got older, I completely lost the definition on my jaw. It's not completely gone from the results I got from the MS shot, but I have not been using it. I want to get back on it because, again, it's a muscle, so things go down as you don't use it. You have to continue using it. You don't even have to use every day. You can use 3 times a week, but I haven't been able to use it. But I want to get back on it, and I'll do a video on it as well, showing the EMS shot device, how it compares to the Even Skin Lumo, and showing the ultrasonic fat cavitation device that I use for my double chin in case your double chin is fat. Now I feel like it's a little bit of fat because I did gain a lot of weight with all the pizza I've been eating, but not just the double chin situation that people have is not just fat, it's a lot to do with collagen loss and volume loss. So the EMS shot will give you a very defined, the Medicube one, defined jawline. That was the best jawline I ever had. Even when I was skinny, I never had the jawline. Watch that video. It's my true before and after on a very honest channel. I was like amazed, and I'm so sad I'm not using it right now. I'll start using it today maybe. And the jawline was like snatched, and the double chin was gone, because my double chin now, especially on that video, is related more to the aging, and I show my before and after on that video. So make sure you watch the video. That way you can see if your situation is fat related for double chin or age related. Sometimes it can be both, but I find that if you want to start with EMS and see if you still have the pouch, then go to the ultrasonic fat cavitation, because that one you don't need to use all the time. And my problem with that one, as I will mention in a future video, is as you get older and you just use the ultrasonic fat cavitation for the double chin, you end up with, you know, that's how I really got bad with my my turkey neck. That's when I really start. So be careful with taking fat off your faces. And I mentioned that a lot too, because a lot of times on the ultrasonic fat cavitation video, I get people asking me, can I use it on my cheeks? I have big cheeks. I have chubby face. Don't do that. Love your chubby faces, please, because once you lose the fat on your chubby cheeks, it's not coming back. There's nothing to do. And I know there's a crave right now, a new fashion, crazy thing, people trying to take the fat from their cheeks. Oh my God. That's the worst thing people can do, because I do have some cheeks, and I've done radio frequency, but I didn't lose any of that. I'm very careful with that. And that's why even when I do the ultrasonic fat cavitation, I only did on my chin. You can use on your body with a different setting, but I don't have the patience. On the body takes longer. On here, it's really quick, but it's something to be really careful, because you're dealing with taking fat from a part of your face. And on the double chin, it comes back because I have a tendency. But when you lose fat on your cheeks, it does not come back. When you lose your fat from the rest of your face. So I definitely do not recommend that device for the rest of the face. Even if you have chubby cheeks, love them, love who you are, because you will love them, especially on your 50s, because chubby cheeks make you look so youthful. So anyway, so I'm digressing. Thank you so much, High Frequency, for your question. I was a little long on that one, but I definitely wanted to give all this info for you guys. But I will have a whole video. Sorry, I'm going a little too slow on my my answers, but it's so nice to hang out with you guys. And I'm so happy there's so many people here today. And I love your questions. They're very, very good questions. So, okay. And High Frequency said, thank you so much. Yes, I'm also trying to avoid Botox. No judgment for anybody that uses it. I think it's probably a lot quicker than using devices for a long time, but I like the look of devices better. And also my mom did Botox. She also doesn't do it anymore, but she had the heaviness on the forehead and she had horrible headaches. And since I battle with migraines and stuff, I'm so scared of Botox. But I don't judge because I know friends that use it and look amazing. So no judgment, but for me, I'm gonna try to keep the alternatives, and I don't mind some wrinkles. You know, like right now I stopped a lot of my microcurrents. I'm getting back on it. I do have my wrinkles back. When I'm doing great with face tools, everything looks amazing. But it depends of what area I'm treating, but I don't mind the wrinkles. You know, we are all gonna age, and I think we should embrace aging and embrace aging gracefully, because that's my goal. I want to look like myself and be my best version of myself. And I think that's what tools can give you, you know, a best version of yourself. To be honest, I do not like some of the Botox look that is too much when people go crazy and they just lose their face movements, which is so sad. There's a lot of amazing actors that I love and they did too much. And that also scares me because it looks like a mask and doesn't look like themselves, and they have so much money. And they should use some tools, you know, and they will look amazing. And I think for acting, anyway, sorry, I'm digressing again. But I feel like for me is no judgment. I see people that do it in a way that looks amazing, and I also people that do it in a way that they lose how they look. So for me, I just want to look like myself, a better, you know, a good version of myself. And that's why for me, tools are my favorites to use. And but again, no judgment, because I've seen people do amazing Botox and, you know, they look great. And also it's expensive because you have to keep doing it. So tools, they can be some expensive, like you mentioned, you know, the Oralift can be expensive, but you always going to have it. So you can always go back to it. And in Botox, you have to pay every time you go, and you start needing more and more as you go, which I hear. And I honestly couldn't afford it as well. So it's two reasons, money and also the look. But hopefully, you know, if I ever decide to do it, you guys will know. I'll let you know. But so far, I'm trying to find alternatives and share with you guys as well, alternatives. Monica Watkins, thank you so much for being here, Monica. Thank you so much for your video. Amazing results. You're truly fantastic. Oh, thank you so much. I absolutely love your tutorials and advice. Thank you so much for being here, and I really appreciate you guys being here. I want to do more lives because, again, I meet so many amazing people on my channel, and I love answering comments. Sometimes I may take a long time to answer because I try to answer as much as I can with as much information as I can, but doing the live is so much better because we can actually answer in real time. So I definitely want to do more lives. So comment below what days and times of the week or weekend. Weekends are harder for me because my husband definitely want to do stuff. But today he's watching my son. He had a lot of things during this week, so he's helping me today, but he's not very happy. My husband is not very happy that I'm doing YouTube on Saturday, but I'm going to try to see how it goes, you know, but I definitely want to do more lives because I love answering your questions. And I have so much to share, guys. I am so passionate about this, and I research so much before I do my videos. I'm a very honest channel. I'll never suggest something to you guys that I wouldn't do myself. And that's why I'm very cautious with tools as well. And, you know, and giving you so you guys don't have to do that much research and you know, learn from my mistakes or the things I do right. So forever life is great. I love that. I'm going to be saying that every day today. You are so honest and take everyone's feedback into account. Thank you for that. You're welcome. Thank you so much. And I appreciate all your comments. Keep in mind, oh, I did not know that. Just started with perimenopause too. Yes, perimenopause is not fun. I don't know if it's right here. Oh, it's right here. Okay, this is a little off topic, but I did mention on a live I did this week, and this is something to regenerate downstairs. Okay, I'm going to have a whole video on it, but I'm also looking into rejuvenation because as we get older, other areas also start going south. And again, don't want to get YouTube to not recommend this video, but this is really interesting. I got sent this, and I did a mask for the face, which I did review is a CO2 facelift. I'll put the video on the description box below. It's amazing. It's a treatment that you can actually get done in an office procedure, even an esthetician, the face one. And if you use it like 3 times or 5 times in a row, the face one, you actually get like a facelift, because it's not just like a face mask, it's actually a facial treatment. And once you get the results, you use it once a month to keep up the results. So it's a face mask that kind of acts like a face tool. I only used that mask on my face like last year when I was sick and really giving the results. I use it on the live this week, and you can see the immediate results. It gives you one immediate results, but the best is to do as a series. I might do another video on that one because it's an expensive mask, but it works. And if it is a cumulative mask. Anyway, I'm talking about the mask because they also sent me this one, which is to rejuvenate the vajayjay. Sorry, I don't want to use words that YouTube will block this video, but I will keep you guys posted on that, because as I'm starting perimenopause and there are other things that happen that is not like a visual thing. This one actually helps with the visuals, which I'm not going to be showing demonstration, but I'm curious about this. And they sent me 5 treatments. My concern with perimenopause, and that's why I'm interested on this the most, is incontinence, which might not be a very cool topic to talk about, but I suffer from it. People, it's very normal to suffer, not suffer, to have that as you get older from childbirth or just aging itself. And it's very embarrassing, and it's embarrassing. Even dancing is embarrassing, and I know people don't talk about it, and I want to talk more about it and take the stigma out of it, because I want answers. I want help. And I'm trying to find help for myself, and I will share with you guys if that worked. That one also helps with incontinence, moisture, because we get painful. My mom had a very painful menopause. I want to avoid that too. And also that one's supposed to do the visually rejuvenated, which I don't know what exactly it means, but you know, I had a child, so it definitely looks different. But my concern is more with incontinence, and I'll keep you guys posted. I'll probably do a dedicated video on it, but I mentioned that one, and I talk more information about the technology. Is a patent technology from CO2, is a carboxy therapy that usually was done by injectable, but this company patented this technology that is something you do it topically, but it gives you the results of an injectable. That's why it's expensive, because it's not just a regular mask, which, by the way, is still cheaper than a lot of the masks I've seen online, that you only get that one-time result. This mask gives you cumulative results. So if you do once a week for 3 weeks, you get this truly, I mean, I might still have the graph here to show you. Anyways, I have a lot of questions to go over. I'll put the video if you are more interested in the mask, but I will, as you mentioned, perimenopause, that can help, and I will definitely keep you posted on that, because I want to find out what can help me, because it's something that, yes, I appreciate talking about menopause. Yes, menopause is something I am searching for myself, but as I'm finding effects of perimenopause, I definitely want to talk more about it, because when menopause hits, we want to do everything that can help it, have less symptoms. But again, it's part of life, and it's part of aging, and it's just not many people talk about it. And my mom went through a lot of painful things, and I definitely want to prevent and do anything I can to help you guys too, as we're reaching that time. You know, it's part of life, and it's not talked a lot about. And I'm not so much concerned about the aging effect of down there, but the feelings and the things that the uncomfortable feeling, which affects other areas of our lives, you know, like my incontinence really affects my life, like even going dancing or, anyway, I might have a whole dedicated video on it that I don't talk too much because it's embarrassing, but it's something that a lot of people suffer from it. And mine I consider surgery, but I want to try everything I can to not resort to surgery, but I'll definitely let you know if things don't work, I might have to do a surgery, but I will keep you guys posted. Forever Life is great. Oralift and Laduora 1 seem to be an easy upkeep. Yes, the Laduora 1 is pretty easy. It's 5 minutes a day. Again, the microcurrent is not as strong as a lot of other microcurrent. I talk about it, but again, use it. If that works for you, then maybe that's all you need. And mixing with the Oralift, I'm very curious to see the effects. But this is only week 3, so I'm going to be using for a week and show the before and afters, and then show different tools. But definitely, it's amazing that it's a very powerful, affordable tool to start and to use it, and and it works. So definitely, I'll keep you guys posted about that. So sugar-free menopause is definitely not something embarrassing. Yeah, it's not embarrassing, but I'm just saying it's embarrassing the incontinence. I was talking about incontinence, not menopause itself being embarrassing, but the incontinence is embarrassing because I had situations when I was at the supermarket and I had an accident, and it was embarrassing, and it happens, you know. And again, my situation is really bad right now. Again, I'm considering surgery, so for me, the incontinence part is embarrassing. It does affect my life, and that's why I'm in a point that I need to find something or surgery. But menopause itself is not embarrassing, but and the incontinence is not necessarily totally linked to menopause, but is part of growing older and aging, and you know, our body's changing and things changing. But it's definitely, I didn't mean menopause is embarrassing, it's the incontinence part that is embarrassing, which again, you know, mine is very advanced. It's getting worse, so especially lately. But anyway, so that's what I want to clarify. I'm not saying menopause is embarrassing, incontinence is embarrassing, and menopause is something not many people talk about, but it's not totally related to incontinence. I hope you guys understood what I'm saying, but I'm definitely not saying menopause is embarrassing, but incontinence sure can be. I'm definitely embarrassed even talking about it, but I want to talk about it because a lot of people have that. It's not just me, and I talk to other friends that go through that too. Mine is really bad, guys. I'm seriously considering. I even bought a tool from England, which is a radio frequency to use down there, but I'm super scared of using it because, you know, it's a medical device. I bought it online. It's from England. But I want to try this one first, the V lift, and see if I feel any effects, and I'll mention to you guys, and then I might try the tool as well. There's other tools that came out in the market with LED lights and other things. Is again, time also is a problem because you have to dedicate time, and I'm gonna get there, but I'll start with the V lift first and then update you guys on that. Okay, keep in mind. Oh, how interesting. Good question. I need to remove my double chin fat before it stretches out my neck skin. Yeah, interesting. Definitely, you may need to remove the fat, but if you have to remove the fat, like with the ultrasonic fat cavitation, I highly suggest you use that with microcurrent or EMS. Don't just do the fat and then let it, you know, sit there, because you will have the skin there. And it's not that the fat is stretching your skin, is that taking the fat out as we get older and the collagen is lost. If you're younger, as I said, as I was younger when I removed the double chin fat with this device, it would just spring right back, you know. But as I'm getting older, especially lately, when I did remove the fat, I noticed I had a lot of loose skin. And that is not that the fat is stretching the skin, is that our skin doesn't bounce back as it used to. So that's why I feel like that device I recommend, but in conjunction with EMS or microcurrent, because you need something to tight the area. And I suggest for this area EMS better because it's stronger for the double chin and this jawline. Microcurrent gives you good results too, but it's not as strong. And I find that the shape of the Medicube EMS shot, it's really great to do the lift because it kind of has a two-prong. And I'll leave the video on the description box below. That is an amazing device. It's literally my favorite device of 2022. And I want to get back on using it. And I'll do a dedicated video on it, talking about how to incorporate that with the fat removal, because some people do Cabela. And when I did my ultrasonic fat cavitation video, you can see my before and after, like it was bad. And I already have a tendency to have fat on this area. So if you have more tendency, I get it really quickly. You know, as I gain weight, it just first thing goes my face. So on that video, I actually even considered Cabela before I did try that tool. But Cabela also, if you do Cabela, which is a very painful procedure that's shots, also leaves you with loose skin. So even if you do Cabela, definitely suggest an EMS device for this area. I don't suggest EMS for the eye area. Microcurrent better for here. The bigger muscle parts, EMS works better. So definitely, it's not that the fat stretches, but that actually means the collagen doesn't bounce back as quickly. So, Sugar-Free said, I like cupping massage under my chin and I feel it works to firm and lift the skin. Yes, I definitely like cupping, and I also like gua sha. to help. I used to do that, but I find as I'm getting older, it's not as quick as microcurrent, because again, whenever you do a tool, you're helping the circulation, you're definitely helping with skin elasticity, and it does help with collagen production, but it's much slower. And I also find that microcurrent helps the best to lift, but there are other tools that work as well. Again, it depends of what you need and time, but I used to love gua sha as I was younger, and I did a lot of gua sha, and it helps a lot with the 11s and wrinkles. I don't do as much anymore. I do have a tutorial on it as well, but it definitely felt like it gave me great results. But as I'm getting older, I like microcurrent better because I just need quicker results and not as much because since I am a review channel, I do a lot of reviews, so I don't have as much time. But if you have time, it's so relaxing to do the face massages, and I did it for a long time, and it does work. So yes, definitely cupping works too, because you are moving the lymph nodes, and you are doing the lymphatic drainage, and you are helping circulation. Cupping works as well, and gua sha works amazing as well. So that was very helpful. Thank you, Darcy. Viva Brazil. Thank you so much. High frequency. The heavy eyebrows using Botox is scary. My friends look great, but now they have frozen eyebrows. They look older. Yeah, the Botox look, again, I have friends that look amazing, and my mom hated it, and I also had a friend that did it on here, and she got a crooked smile for a year. So there's some good cases and bad cases, and it depends on the person, how willing they are to take the chance. But it also depends on who does the Botox. If you find somebody that you trust, it does definitely give better results and quicker results. I mean, not better results, depending on the results, but I found that too over time. I've seen some people, especially actors. I mentioned the actors because they're more on the TV, video, movies. And as they use so much, they start looking like a plastic face. And I don't like that look. I feel like it looks so much better when you use tools, because you still have some wrinkles. It's okay. We have face expressions, but we still look like ourselves. That is, again, a preference, because some people might like the frozen look. Some people find that attractive. So it goes to, yeah, definitely. My mom was so bad. Her eyebrows like completely fell. It was really bad. Yeah, as expensive, it can be dangerous. At the end, investing in these are more affordable than Botox. Truthfully. And again, tools, you have to use it, but Botox, you also have to keep using it. So I find that in the long term, it is more affordable. And also, the results you're going to get. It's not going to change your face. Again, it's just going to look like a better version of yourself. And on the long term, yes, definitely. And also, we don't know the long-term effects of Botox, honestly. We don't know, like, in 100 years from now, what's going to happen. Hopefully nothing bad, but it is injecting something in your body, which also kind of concerns me. But again, no judgment. I've seen great results with it, and I have people that said, I don't have time for face tools. I just rather just do the Botox. So go ahead, you do what works for you, and that is the best thing you can do for yourself. Do what works for you. No judgment. Monica says, how does the Laduora compare to the lift with Mohia? The lift it's a lot stronger. The lift, hold on, I haven't used the lift one. I reviewed a microcurrent tool a long time ago, and that one got discontinued, which is the Faipucci. That one is really strong, but I find honestly too strong, that I kind of like using EMS better for certain things that I was using the Faipucci, that I got better results, because I found that it was a little too strong for me, but it does work. But they're, again, different. As I'm going to eventually do a microcurrent video, maybe talking more about the differences between all microcurrent devices, because microcurrent, you actually measure not just in strength, but type of microcurrent and also waveform. So the Faipucci tool is just for lifting, so only uses one type of waveform and one type of current, but it uses 600 microcurrent, which honestly can be a little too strong. So a lot of people would tell me, like, my face hurts, it's twitching. Microcurrent, when it twitches, you're losing the ATP, which is a concern people have with EMS. But EMS is meant to affect the muscle and cause your brain to do a contraction. I don't want to get too much in detail because I have a whole video talking about it, but microcurrent itself should never twitch. So when you use the Faipucci, I always tell people use it on the lowest setting, but even on the lowest setting, sometimes on my eyes would twitch. I got great results, but then I got a little concerned because of the twitching, you are losing ATP. And I don't even use EMS on my eyes because of that, because I don't want to do the twitching. So the Faipucci, which is just discontinue, give me an amazing lift, but because of all the twitching, even on the lowest setting, I decided to not use it, and I also review other tools, but it does work. But the main difference for you to know is that that one is 600 microcurrent, the strength, and this one, let me see, guys. I think I have the graph here because I forgot. I should have brought it up before. Ay, caramba. I might do a little Google. I think it's 350 microamps. I'm almost sure it's 350, so it's a lot less strong. But again, with microcurrent, too strong is not necessarily better. You have to find a current that doesn't cause too much twitching, especially for delicate areas. So I like this better for the eye because it's not as strong. It doesn't cause the twitching. So you're not, if you do something too strong, maybe I'll do it as a very simple explanation. If you do too strong of a microcurrent, you end up sometimes with a tired look. And it can be good in the long term if you start slowly, but if you do it too strong, and I even mentioned to a lot of people in that comment, you may end up looking tired because you're losing the ATP, which is the energy of the cells, and you're being too strong, so the muscle can get muscle fatigue. So it's better to, even if you use that tool, always use it on the lowest setting. Less is more with microcurrent. So having the most powerful tool sometimes is not as good because you don't need that much. So if you have the Faipucci, start slow. You do not want twitching, and that's why I mentioned on that video, always lose on the slower. But I found that for me, even on the slowest setting, I'll still get twitching, and that's why I stopped using it for the eye area. And I use other things, and I'm a review channel too, but they discontinued that one. I have not tried the lift yet, but once I do, I will definitely be able to comment better. Sorry, it was a long answer, but I wanted to make sure I addressed your concern. So let me see. Oh yeah, I believe Kegel exercise may help sugar with incontinence. Helped me a lot during pregnancy. Yes, I did Kegels, but as I mentioned before, on my situation, it's almost clinical at this point. It's really bad. It's not just a little incontinence. Oh my God, it's a little embarrassing to say, but I'm at the point that I'm like this close to wearing diapers. Like the actual pad that I use for my continence is like the biggest one, and that's why for my situation, Kegels will not work, and that got really bad after I had my son, and I thought it was just during the pregnancy, but started in the pregnancy and it never healed, and my son is gonna be 4 now, he's 3, and I know as a mom we don't think about ourselves, but it's becoming something that I'm like really wanna get fixed. Also, I'm not exercising, so I imagine if I exercise it'd probably be better. I'm sedentary, eating badly. I want to get back in shape this year, but I find that too. Actually having a more like active lifestyle probably help, but mine is really like Kegels is I need something more than Kegels, and that's why I'm searching for something. But definitely Kegels does help, and I did that during pregnancy, but not everybody, there's some people that have. My mom has it too. It's hereditary to my mom, my aunt, so it also could be hereditary that I have a tendency to have that stronger. And some people have nothing. Some people are fine. So it is something to that I'm looking to it, and I'll share results for sure. Part 2 said, my understanding is that you own many devices. What's your top 3 overall devices you can't live without? Yes, I do own a lot of devices because I'm a review channel, and I'm very grateful for that because then I can test it out for you guys. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, it's hard to tell you like these are the best devices because even for me, it changed throughout the years. As I mentioned before, I used to use a new face, and at that time in my mid-20s, that was enough. But then I lost results quickly, and that's what I mentioned earlier in the video. As I got older, I realized that I was losing more face volume, like looking more, things were going down because you're losing bone structure, you're using collagen, losing collagen. Then I found radio frequency, and that really was, I've never heard that before, actually added to, but from the age that I was, So if you see my radio frequency videos, I've done NIRA, I've also done the even skin, and I also did the, oh my God, what was the last one that I did? I have 3 new devices from radio frequency that I have reviewed that really work. And what radio frequency does is increases the collagen, so everything looks more plumped. But again, that is if you have that need. So definitely radio frequency for me is something I want to keep using it. I'm not currently using, but I find that when I do use it, I see a difference. But that is for my age group. It wasn't the same when I was in my 30s or 20s. So that's what I'm saying. It's hard to say those 3 devices you need because you may not need them. So, but I find that universally, sorry, I brought some water. My throat is so dry. But thanks for being here with me, guys, and bear with me. But I find that universally, microcurrent is something that I recommend to anybody at any age. No. Can pause it. Sorry, I'm back. I'm so sorry, guys. Can you hear me? My camera is overheating. I'm so sorry. I've never done this long of a live, so I might have to go now. If you guys have any questions, make sure to comment below and I'll get back to you guys. I'm so sorry that we went black. My camera is overheating. I've never done a live this long, but it's so nice to talk to you guys and answer your questions. So I'll definitely get back on it and do more lives so that way I can address everybody's question. Sorry, I cannot answer all the questions right now just because my camera is giving me a warning and it's gonna go out pretty soon again. So thank you, Pardus, for your question. Definitely say any microcurrent device will give you results. Is definitely my favorite modality. And I'm going to talk until we go back and go down again. But my camera is giving an alert. I've never had that, overheating. But I'm so happy to be here with you guys. So definitely microcurrent. Any microcurrent device, to be honest. And I will go more into details of the different differences of microcurrent. And as you get older, definitely radio frequency. I think adding a radio frequency device, and again, is any device that has the technology that can help you, because all the ones I review on my channel worked. You just see which one works for your budget and schedule, and see my before and after so you can see which one. And I need to go because I'm gonna go. My camera is dying, so I want to say goodbye before I go to black again. But thank you so much for being here, guys. I will try to do more lives. That way my camera doesn't die on me again. And I'm so happy you guys are here. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. I hope you're healthy and safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. And ask questions on the comments, and I'll come back and answer them, okay? Bye-bye.